Good day, everyone. I hope your resolutions, if you made any, are moving in a positive direction. For me, I'm working on it. I've tapered off the coffee and actually stopped it for nearly 2 weeks, so that is encouraging. Speaking of encouragement, today's topic on the human condition is aligned with this concept. My cousin helped me with it and graciously named it, thin line between enabling and helping. She couldn't join me on today's topic, but we hope to arrange a conversation next time. Today I will explore these dynamic processes of enabling that serve to literally handicap or discourage positive growth and achievement in ourselves and our family and friends. Specifically, I will try to untangle enabling from helping and thereby uncover the hidden gems of encouragement, empowerment, and ultimately unselfishness in our relationships. First, let's define the term. Enabling a person, psychologically speaking, is defined as a process whereby someone, the enabler, contributes to continued unhealthy or unwise behavior in another person. The enabler is typically an intimate partner or good friend who passively permits or unwittingly keeps in place the pattern of behavior in the other person. Often the enabler is aware of the destructiveness of the person's behavior but feels powerless to prevent it, nor realizes their role in the dynamic. As an example, your friend may have a destructive or unhealthy habit, such as gambling, drinking alcohol, or playing video games, or too much time on the phone. These types of issues have led to personal problems, such as losing lots of money, missing work, and having relationship issues. The enabler knows this is unhealthy for this person. However, they don't want to cause a rift or lose the friendship. The enabler may start giving excuses because the friend may have had a rough childhood or is going through a hard or difficult time right now. It can get even more complicated if you are enabling an adult child, since as a parent your job is to provide and care for them until they are ready to assume responsibility for themselves. And even though your child is now an adult, you still love and care about them. So how do you draw the line or boundary between helping and enabling? I believe it is a process in either case with a friend or a parent, with the goal being to intentionally let go little by little. I believe you find yourself in enabling territory when you justify or support problematic behaviors in someone under the guise that you're helping them out. Now, this may look like giving money to an adult child or friend who hasn't spent theirs wisely, or making excuses for their missing work or their anger management issues. But why do we engage in persistent enabling patterns? One thing to consider is that enabling is partially about you, the enabler, in perpetuating the unhealthy actions. Some underlying reasons may include wanting to avoid conflict or those negative reactions. You may be feeling guilty about your past actions with a child or a friend. You may want to please or appease, that person. Makes you feel like you are taking care of them. You may have a lack of skills and the energy to change your way of thinking, acting, or being. You feel that you might encounter resistance from the other person, and you risk them turning away from you, and maybe then seeking help from another enabler. Let's go a little deeper. As an enabler, it may make you feel good or powerful to be in control of the situation, at least temporarily. Or by making excuses for the other person's behavior, you justify it by thinking you're protecting them, but in reality you may be protecting your own reputation. Last but not least, if the other person changes, then what does that mean for you? Loss of power, control, or feeling like they won't need you any longer? However, being an enabler can be costly and exhaustion may set in. By sacrificing your own needs, you may be sowing seeds of resentment in yourself toward that other person. Ultimately, it doesn't work, since we all have limits, time, money, energy, and you may actually provoke anger and resentment in the other person by not helping them out just one more time. Usually along the way, other people in your life may point out that you may be part of the problem. So how do you help without enabling? This is where encouragement or empowering comes to the forefront. I think we all know that encouragement allows individuals to meet their own needs and achieve their goals independently. Furthermore, empowering others is the promotion of their own skills, knowledge, and confidence necessary to take greater control of their life. Now, all this takes courage, after all, to change yourself and to promote it in others. In point of fact, the term encouragement stems from the prefix en, meaning in or into, and the root word courage originates from the Latin word cor, meaning heart. Thus, encouragement essentially means to put courage into someone's heart. Encouragement is focused on truly helping another person become their better self, whereas enabling is ultimately a selfish act by keeping you and the other person in a negative, perpetuating loop with no growth or achievement or way out. So how do you break the cycle of negative cycle of enabling and unleash the power of encouragement? Well, first, it's vital that you recognize that there is a problem. Many things begin to change by first acknowledging that there is an issue. As the enabler, it is first up to you to admit your role and to stop enabling and start encouraging. Second, having a serious discussion with the person you are enabling is the next step by literally having a heart-to-heart with the other person. Expect some resistance and be prepared to state your part in the problem. Be clear with them with what that means. So if you know a child or a friend or a relative is struggling in paying their bills and you have helped them out before, and now they are again looking for help from you, sitting down with them and letting them know that you won't be doing so and the reasons why is the honest message. For encouragement, you can help them by offering your counsel to review or analyze their finances so that they can manage on their own. Now, this is easier said than done, and yet it's important to stay firm and resolute. If they say no, thank you, or balk, then what you said still stands, and you commit yourself to keep your word and are out of the enabling loop. This doesn't mean that you will no longer care about them and their problems or not be in their life, but just the opposite. You're in their life in a healthier and honest way. It will likely be very difficult to break the cycle of enablement, especially if you've been used to operating this way for many years. It will take courage on your part to face some resistance or rejection, and yet it is the unselfish thing to do, since through your encouragement and guidance, the person can go on to live a life where they stand on their own 2 feet. One quote from the Bible offers a timeless reminder. It's attributed to Solomon, the son of King David. It's in the book of Proverbs 25, verse 28. A man without self-control is like a city broken into and left without walls. So when you truly care about someone and are unselfish, you want them to be strong so that they can handle life's adversities, whether you are there or not. Thank you for listening, as always, and please do leave a comment or response. Have a blessed rest of your day.